the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what plastic. I said, babe, it's, he said it's a, them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, he can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I parked my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 with me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this, he made sure he put Cardi down on his.
All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play.
And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Ryan. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, first and 10 at their own 42. To throw is Breeze. He dumps it down to Ingram. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tack McKinley in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. On second down, here's Breeze. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Breeze. And Gibbs got it. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal. Trying to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out?
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that one will be accepted. Going to give it to Freeman. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Breeze will try again on 2nd down. Being checked. Now Breeze lost the football. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
Let's go. 20.
From the shotgun, Ryan. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field. And really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, batted free. Ryan. Flushed out right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
To throw is Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. So a field goal try here on fourth down as the Falcons called on Matt Bryant. From the right hash, this from 53. And Bryant's kick is good. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. From the gun, it's Breeze. Again has it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
Breeze now already over 150 yards through the air in the opening quarter. It's 1st and 10.
Kill.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. That's caught, it's Thomas. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
95-56, 95-56.
He'll get it up the middle, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And they might think about going for it here, but it's still just the second quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
And Lutz puts this one through. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Eluding the pressure right, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now it's Ginn. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about a 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Forced out to his left. He goes underneath to Ingram. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
21.
Breeze now on 1st down. Now Breeze wants the football. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Ready? On forward. 13. Ready, protect.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2.
Ready. You ready? Ready, protect.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Ready. You ready?
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Now the ball comes loose. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Breeze to throw on second down. This will be caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. From the gun, it's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. A good pickup there at 22. And that's the connection, Ryan to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Here's Ryan to throw. Connects with Sanu right side. And he's got this down to the 35. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Ginn. Got to be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Shotgun now for Breeze. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's fourth down. Well, he's been the guy. Already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
20, 21.
On first down, Ryan. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week, he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? On second down, here's Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
22. Hey, got.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And some space here. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's fourth down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get...
Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Let's go. 22.
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
22.
On 3rd down, it's Freeman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And this one is incomplete. So okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara finding some room at midfield. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Check.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Good. Watch forward. Ready. Good set.
On 1st down, Breeze. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Breeze will try again on second down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tack McKinley in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. From the gun, it's Breeze. And Gibbs got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They give them 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
Left. 21. Go.
From the shotgun, Ryan. He's going to go up top again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ken Crowley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, from what we've seen thus far, this is not a formula for winning football. When you have more turnovers than points scored, that's a tough way to try and win a game.
So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So after the INT, it's Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Now a play fake here on first down. Dancing to his left. The left side completion to Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves a chains. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because, for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further.
Tuesday.
They go play action here on first down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Ryan. Caught right side, it's Snead. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Ryan is going to let this one go deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Easy, kill. 21. 11. You're good. 1-4, ready.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
95-56, 95-56.
Breeze now on first down. Again has it complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Now a pitch out to Kamara, and he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. They go with a fullback line, and he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Running on 4th, exact line. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Good set, good set, good set. 11.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Now Ryan on first down. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
And that'll be incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
The Falcons on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Ryan. He's got some. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. but all the game management stuff trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. A little surprising they wouldn't go for two, but this is up and good. And the lead is down to 2. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high-percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Coaches always tell their players someone's got to make a big play, but what they mean is a game-altering play, a game-changing play. A turnover force, and we just got that. I mean, how about that play, Brandon?
Yeah, a pick six, fourth quarter, that is a game changer.
Someone read their keys, and someone had the courage to go after the ball right then and there.
And it gives him the lead. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice, and that often runs you into a penalty.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 11.
Ready? Yellow lady.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
21.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
21.
Breeze to throw on second down. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
He has several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Zach Line with it, the fullback. And flags come as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Here we go. 12. Ready. You ready? 12. 12. 12. 12. 5-8. Get set. Get set. Get set.
Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Arnold. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
95-56. 95-56.
They'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Ready. Yellow lady. Yellow lady.
He's back to throw. And he fends him off. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's all
11. Under. Ready. 12.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Ready. Ready. 36. 36. 5-5.
Now Breeze got to have this one. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons are close to finishing off this football game. And here now come the Falcons. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone let down a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, got it.
Ryan wants to throw it. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. Freeman at tailback. He's got it running left. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation, and what are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. And Breeze is going to go down in the end zone, a safety. And that disastrous play, partner, is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they gave up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. And the Saints signal for another timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Here's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. Just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. To throw is Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. One final try here for Breeze. Buying time to his left. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?